It's me once again. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue playing. No need for an introduction. Blah blah blah. Let's go. I'm sorry you guys been waiting so long for me to actually start one of these games again. Just I've not really been very interested in Machine for Pigs for some reason. I was just interested in other games that came along. Not much else to say. So let's just get through with this and actually hopefully wrap it up. Hum-T-Dum. So, as we left off, we stood above this big hole thing. I remember it very clearly. A big drop into a loading screen. This leaking world and the rhododendrons seem to be taking over the garden by the wall. I could dig them for you. No, get out. Get out of this house. You leave them be. Well, how is autumn treating you all? It's very cold. It's getting rather cold up here in Scandinavia. Uncomfortably cold. Yeah, I figured. So, can't go back up. Bones. Piles of refuse.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, this Densh! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Yeah, as I expected. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, dehared and scraped ready for gambroiling and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at a constant temperature by passing excess high-pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper plates into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine there is a component that must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operations of the processing of product throughout the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: the removal of heat from some areas and the requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principle of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set of pipes in one direction and superheated vapors in another. I forgot the hotkeys. J journal. Not found. The flooded tunnels. My mysterious friend is correct. The sewers are indeed flooded. To descend further, I will have to find the local sluice pumps to drop the water levels. The smell is almost unbearable. It makes me gag. Why should the saboteur have flooded the tunnels, though? What did he hope to achieve? Ye old sewer systems. Was that just me, or did I just hear some growling noise? Oh no, not one of these guys. Yes, I remember you very clearly. What were you called? According to... Never mind. Something is definitely up here. Please just be ambient noises. It's not ambient noises, is it? Curiosity killed the cat. Okay, I'm assuming I was supposed to go past here. Ah, yeah. It was just it was just a scare. Just a scare. Yes. I can definitely understand the importance of finding the sluice pumps in order to drain the water. It is definitely not pleasant to tamper or interact with that sort of creature. Several of the older forms have breached the containment area and escaped into the sewers. They remind me of my limitations. This is no Kelm, and I am no Eliahu. At least, not quite yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open that is to blame. We cannot simply pack them about with coolant as we do at the center where the doorway is. The later versions are kept safe by the freezing temperature of those towers. Up here, where the air is hot and fetid, they become overheated, and the duality tears them asunder. As the other place flies from their cells and their vitae splinters, they live sporadically, torn from I can't speak today. Torn from one world to the other and back again in violent, unpredictable bursts. For a few seconds they are creatures of this world, then they are torn away and cease to have physical form. This vicious ripping back and forth between worlds have driven them quite insane. I have ordered the affected areas sealed, and will not allow my loyal workers to enter. These are damned places now, the abode of failed experiments, ghosts of fear and spite. What's this? Some sort of Aztec statue? Sluice 1, Sluice 2.
Faster, Mantis. Drain the waters and open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
We? Well, jolly good. Now to find the other one. Oh, there is over here. Does that gate I peeked through open? No? Oh, wait, yes. I saw you over there, I heard your footsteps. Oof. Revolting. It's just you. I'm not afraid of you just yet. Gramophone?
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one. Mr. Densh, you sound every bit the fanatic. Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in its own excrement? And your engineer, this visionary with whom you embarked upon this course, does he share your views? Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for. And so you said about things immediately upon your return. Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree. And sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Righto. Oh, Jesus. Those were some quite fast, rapid footsteps. I just got a little bit... And I said, "Look, my darlings, can you see it?" And they said, "Yes, Daddy, yes, we see it. A tall, weathered cap of a tall, weathered cap of a steep-sided pyramid, so like those of Egypt, stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about, entwining the stucco serpents that thrive about the steps, a palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten, and this, here, this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This is the house of the dead, and here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw their hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly, truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps the tragedy was they could simply not spill blood enough to prevent the sky falling in upon them. So, okay, the Aztec statue, was the text talking about the Spanish discovering them? The Spanish discovered the Incans, I don't know, the Incans, the Aztecs, whatever, which caused a bit of a stir in the population. Whatever. Journal. My journal, Mandus Post-Diluvian. That's done it! Now I can enter the strange decontamination chamber once again and move onwards. The waters are pushed back, making the way to the bilge clear, where I can divert the remainder of this filthy torrent back to the Thames, where it belongs, and clear a path to the center of the machine. Yes, hello.
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
Jolly good. Oh, right. No? What am I doing wrong this time? What did I for... Yes, that might have been the problem. Lovely procedure. Same procedure as every G. James. It sure is dark down here. Yes, but for a good reason. But you can light the lamp now if you wish. Gosh damn it, those guys are massive. He's got a blade on his arm too. Hmm. What in the world? A nest of wretches! Dear God! A whole nest of these foul creatures! No mind. My instincts have drawn me thus far, and I'm sure somewhere in this dark complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about in the dark business, and yet I watch them sleep and eat and play, and they're so very human, so very childlike. I will not think of what I have seen, of the shares and the cages, and I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. Right. Well, there's no... those are human corpses? I see like a human body and the like abdomen is cut open. The music makes me feel a little safer. Can I open these? Yeah, this might not be a good idea to actually get in here. He's stacking blocks. Right, so these are cells. This is this is rather disturbing. Wow, what a maze. I get the feeling that this is going to be this sort of event. Disposal tube, emergency access only. Well, this is an emergency. I'm surrounded by monsters. I forgot what I was saying. Hope no one flushes while I'm down here. Let's try the other way. You don't run very fast. Well, I suppose you have to go down here. No, don't hear the shakes at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Silly superstition. These lead to the same place. Let's just get going. Only 20 minutes. Further down. Onwards. From tide to spine, a skin of a shroud, a stump of a blade. Old Lily is fly-blown. Old Lily is dead, and dreams of the jungle will flood through her head and light up her head. What? Gramophone, enlighten me.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mann.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer.
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
I'm trying to tie the story together. He is making these monsters out of people because the people have made the world unclean, so this is supposed to be a punishment because it turns them into
He's here!
unclean creatures.
I said you'd come.
The pump rooms. These must be the bilge pumps. I am at the heart of the saboteur's efforts. In order to keep his flood in place, he must have disabled these vast pumps. but he was clearly rushed. Thus far he has left most of his work incomplete, his clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all he could find. If I can locate the controls, the remedy will be simple. Ah, it's you again.
Ahead, the trickled to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
Either he's very fast or there's multiple of them. Okay, that made me jolt a bit. Uninteresting, unimportant. I need to drag a wheel over here, I see. What's this? Unimportant. I need to put something here, I know. Or am I just imagining I need to do something? That head was not there before. Huh. Was it really that simple? Journal, valves and pipes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I am trapped in some great game, forced to undertake endless Herculean labours for the promised reward for my darling children. Steam. Bad. Not the actual program Steam, of course not. Holy... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ladder! Redemption! Save me! Whew. Okay, that was unexpected. I didn't actually think it would do that. I just... Well, the game was good. It gave me a false sense of safety. Well done. Now I'm actually expecting it to happen again. Oh, cog? Where do I need... Right. And here's the other. Who thought being a mechanic was that simple? Blood. And I'm going to willingly... Oh, there's a ladder. that prematurely ends and I'm going to land myself into water. 30 minutes. Well, here goes. Right. Throw it to... What, so I wasn't supposed to get down here? This was just, like, a way to teach me that I can throw shit? That was lame. I already knew you could do that. Really, was that it? Having an entire section just for that. Finding the children. The flood is drained. I have prevailed. The saboteur is beaten. My heart pounds with excitement, even as my head spins and shudders in feverish anticipation. How this machine now throbs about me, sensing its rebirth is imminent. The final descent beckons me to enter, as Lily once lay on our wedding bed and summoned me into manhood. Interesting choice of words. What is this? Well, now what? Steam there. Now what? What, I can turn it back off again? No, I thought so. Why did it... I can't exactly get back down. Can I? Yes, I can. Oh, the water's been drained. I see, I get the picture. I bet they must be furious. Same procedure as every JJ's. Ooh, so silent. The silence. The children dancing. The stairs are steep. The sun beating on his neck as he pulls them up. Veins pop on his forearms, but he cannot deviate. He is a man driven by love. Only love. The last section of the game, I'm assuming? Yes, what now? The heart of the machine. And when they first said, Daddy, my heart was molten, as if blood frozen upon the ground were held by the sun to thaw and slop. And they were inseparable, always together, one soul in two bodies, and my love was all-consuming. I would die for you, I whispered to their sleeping faces. I would kill. I would set this world to ruin to protect you. I have fought through the dark tunnels, great engines, the foulest of beasts. I have sent my covenant and drained this flood, and I am come for you now, my darling boys. I am come. Stop. No authorized person to enter this facility by order of management. To hell with management.
And we came then to London, and you set me upon a mantelpiece, and then you went into the house and gathered the servants, and we set you and I on who we crafted them, and then you went into the garden and buried those tiny shattered skulls alone.
What?
For your children, Magnus, to spare them the world you have created. For us all.
What world have I created?
Oh dear God. Dear Christ, what is this place?
Yes, good question. I don't know where to go first.
I tried so hard. I will uphold my promise. I will always protect them for you. My eyes are your eyes. My heart is your heart. I will rip them loose from this rotten world and set them to burn, all to save them.
What are you talking about? Levers? Right, well, remember gamer's logic. Never activate any switches until you've explored everything. What?
And they feel no pain. The process is completely humane. Humane, Professor? That we judge the acceptable level of suffering by the human condition. Ask the beggar, Professor. Ask the orphan. Ask the whore. Ask the starving, Professor. The weak, the sick, the filthy. Ask them to define your humane.
What? No? Guess there's something I need to run along and fix in the machineries, yes. The very dark, cramped and tight corridors that are completely safe, of course. Ah. Well, there's your problem. Highly flammable, corrosive, highly toxic. I'm glad I read that afterwards. I had been in there. Now, why do they store this odd acidic compound here? Is what I wonder. Is this a giant machine that contains this odd formula? A final act of sabotage. The bastard has been here too. This is the epicenter of meetings, blah blah blah. Sabotage, blah blah blah. Ignition control. Now to find the ignition control and start the machine once more. Elated, I stride forth upon these catwalks. I'm coming with love, darlings. I have almost saved you. The other option, I suppose. Let's get to it.
Hardly, the air is thin. Their little faces tell no madness. They suffocate. They suffocate.
Is this a matter of choice? Turn it on or off? Fuck it.
Daddy, Daddy!
Now, madness. Set them free. Set them all free.
By all means, but how? Oh, is this where I pull the other lever? Yes.
I live. I breathe again. I rise. I will rise to bleach the sky and still the water. I will spin the world wheel and set the future upon the path to redemption.
Where are my children? You promised me my children!
My time is come. More pig. More pig.
Boys. Boys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't get it. And I thought I was doing a good job decrypting the story, but now I'm just not understanding a bit. It's not over yet.
And, emerging, I raised my head to an uncaring sun, and I cursed this world of pain and despair. This civilization built on the ricketed bones of the unfortunate, on the greed and swell of mammon and empire. Cradling a stone egg in my jacket, I kissed my children farewell, and I crawled my way home.
construct himself anew? Can a man, on realizing who he is, on what he has become, tear himself apart down to the bricks and begin again? Or are souls just as tiny cogwheels in clockwork, intricate machines to serve a function that, upon reflection, we might set to a new task? Can a man, defined by his action, defined by that which he now finds aberrant, set to sabotaging this body, his machine, until those children of his soul turn in a new motion, and he may awake to a new sun, a new year, a new century with hope in his heart? As I reach my hands into the exposed wires, I ask myself, is redemption possible for such a creature as I? And if not, then surely better to die amongst my creation than to better continue to live as a monster. Betrayed. So it is done. The saboteur was me, and the voice of the telephone was him. But one of us, how do we connect? Surely I cannot be responsible for all I see about me. I cannot remember. All I can grasp is a moment when the world was split into two pieces, and the innards of humanity fell from the orifice, turned agape into me open. By pure bifurcated lines? All English words.
Where are they? Where are my children?
Why do you ask, Landis? You know the answer well enough.
Children really are the most wonderful, useful creatures. The unfortunates from the orphanage have proved indispensable in cleaning the larger steam pipes. It appears that matter from the slaughtering process may indeed vaporize its source, but drifts like dust through the air and lodges on the pipes, causing them to foul. Periodically, we shut the pressure down and send one of our pixies into the pipe to scrub the reconstituted fat away. Armed with his short broom, our little explorers venture into the dark. Of course, we can only keep pressure down for a short period, so we must be fast, or they risk being trapped and boiled like the superheated vapors when they rush back into this system. Then we'll be sending their comrades in Atlas's great feeding cooling vents. Survivors tell me you can reach all manner of places within the compass and pipes. I smile, tell them I am so proud, then feed them to the pigs. Yes, children labor during this time was very common. So is that what happened? He was obsessed with his work. So he had his own children go into the piping system to clean it, not even carrying the risks that would come with it. It's almost just for show. Oops. Or I'm assuming that I need to enter the pipes and run somewhere very quickly.
What are you doing, little piggy? Do you think I will allow you to sabotage me again?
I want my children, you unholy bastard!
This him. Is it the machine? Is this him referring to the entire machine that this person I am playing has built? What's this? Another Tiber?
Hurt them.
A cleansing fire always burns, little Mandus, but it purifies and it makes anew. Did it hurt to carve out the fevered flesh? Did it hurt to cut free the gangrenous foot? Ask instead this. Can we save them?
When did I say that? That is not me. That is not me!
Yo, can my vision go back to normal, please? Ooh. So yes, this him, is it the entire machine? And this accident with the children dying in the pipes made him believe the machine was the culprit. There is a spoon of medicine, it says, and it's a silver spoon. What you did get born holding, ever so painful for Mummy dear, but grasped so hard it was in a little screaming red fist. Later you used your spoon to dig a hole in the garden to get all the way to Mexico, and then you did eat worms with your spoon on the way to stay fat. The spoon was the same you gave your twins. Then you used to dig a hole to their clockwork souls, and you ate up their hearts like soup on the way to keep you fat. Fat little mole, where will you dig next, I ask? You and your little silver spoon made from the silver spine of your children, and wrapped in the hair of your dearly departed. Dear sweet Jesus, my darling Lilibeth, what am I become? I recognize this place. Child fatalities this month, 17. I need to pull that pipe off, but it's clearly too hot because it's steaming. Alright, new plan. There must be child labourers in the whole plot. Well, let's try anyway. What? It seems that the pressure system is indeed the Achilles heel of this facility, something I clearly did not realize in my first clumsy attempt at sabotage. If I reroute the steam, I can wreak havoc. So, am I running around screwing up all the mistakes I fixed all the mistakes and now I'm ruining them all again? If in the throes of my evil I sent children into the pipes to clean them, then it seems likely there is another entrance I can use to escape this noxious maelstrom of vengeance. I will ignore the burning in my nostrils from the fumes of that godless Compound X that fuels these machines. And I will become the saboteur. I will destroy the pressure system, enabling me to enter the pipes without fear. Any more of these things? Or do I have to get up now? What's this? Looks hot. Some form of steam regulator. I'll wager if I disable it, the damage caused by the rushing steam pressure could be catastrophic. Certainly enough to force a temporary stalling of this entire engine. That should cause the steam pressure to drop. Mandus, you clever old goat. I can feel this horror, this grief, this betrayal boil into fury. I will not stand, I will not be undertrodden. If this machine is my heirloom, I am the Overman. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh! Ow! Ladder, 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 ladder. No, you will not. Whoa! Ooh. Oh gosh. All about me. The thunder of machinery, the blast of blowing steam, I cannot pass without fear of scalding, I'm lobster cracked, my circulation is stagnated, my malmotion impeded, the steam will burn my hole unless if I can find a way to shut it off. Oh, shike.
thousands watching you dreamt it didn't.
I will stop you. I will save them.
You are too late. It begins. My work has begun. Kill them, my piggies. Kill them all.
Anything to save them. You profit my viscera. We make you escape forever. You slit the throat, bleed out the pig, and it releases into the kernel that you set your species free. Oh boy. Almost an hour. I got some time left. This looks highly suspicious. Yeah, thought so. Is that gunfire?
Oh God, no, what have I done?
They're everywhere. Oh dear.
Madness, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
No! This is not what I meant! This is not what I meant at all!
No one misses the poor. Run up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Call a beggar and the lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, these so-called leaders, these pillars of society, this rich and fanciful, they wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them, and then we will feed from them. Oh. Yes.
Redeem yourselves. Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as pigs. Only through my redemption can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, ashes, bones and ashes. For the pile will reach critical and we can have such a burning. So this city will shine as a beacon of redemption for the world.
Heavens mighty, this is getting very violent. I've done so much reading. Well, pause if you want to read. gosh. What a jolly holiday it's going to be. Sorry, the text, I couldn't read that. Coal? Oh, this just... what? Just went around in a circle. Sorry about that.
Do you hear me, Mandus? This is what you planned.
Hello? Oh gosh. Ow. There are too many of these damnations. These beasts loose on the street to all have come from the engine rooms. As I emerged, I counted 3 of the damnable pneumatic lifts, blah blah blah.
Beast! Creature! Where are my children? Where are my children?
Suppose this is a good time to wrap it up. We'll pick up right where we left off in another time. Ta-ta, I think. I just want to see where I end up next before I turn it off. Will the elevator crash? Guess not. I have returned, an angel of vengeance, a saboteur once more. I will find a way to stop this vast enterprise of slaughter. Enough destruction open the hub before, confuse the machine, enough to spring its locks and the secret doorways. I must cause a great shock, stab its eyes, poke hot wire into its ears, hammer it to its teeth and push the glass into every orifice. Then it will gasp, and in that gas I will scuttle into its throat and stab its heart from the inside. Brutal. Well, I guess that'll be it for this time. Ta-ta.